Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel today. So we're going about the sewing of this Bubu Kaftan gown you see right here on your screen, which has a stylish neckline. It has a slit in front and also two side pockets. So if this sounds like something you're really interested in learning, please continue watching. Without much ado, let's get started. So I used a black crepe fabric for the designs in front of the dress and also on the neckline. I have my Ankara fabric, which is orange and black in color. So I used about 4.5 yards in the making of this gown. So because this my gown will be in a long length, I used the longer side of the Ankara piece and not the other side that is usually 45 inches by length. I used the longer side because altogether I had 6 yards of this Ankara piece with me. So I've gone ahead to cut out for the front part, folded into two. So I'll also do the same thing for the back part. I did it behind the camera, but I'm just going to align them at the top parts because I want to slant the shoulder at this point. So I cut them out separately because of the slits we have in front for our gown. So what I'm going to do now is to measure out my shoulder from the folded edge of the fabric. So remember, now I have both the front and the back part of the gown placed on top of each other. So the shoulder I'm marking right here is 9 inches. So from that 9 inches, I'm going to come down by at least 1.5 to 1 inches. Okay, so I'll slant it now to this other side of my fabric. So I want to slant the shoulder for the front and back together before I'll go ahead to remove one piece of the fabric which I have on fold right here. So now that I've cut it, I'll remove this other one which will be serving as the back part of my gown. So I just removed this one, you can see. So I'll be working on this one now, which will be for the right side. So after slanting it, I went ahead to measure out about 3/4 of an inch, which is going to serve as the joining allowance with our back piece on the shoulder. All right, so this is all necessary. Now I'm just going to start marking my measurement, and all my vertical measurement will be starting from this line now, which I drew here for my allowance. So from the folded end of my fabric, I will start marking 1 inch all the way to the length or the full length of this piece I have right here. So this long piece I have is about 65 inches long. Okay, so you can see how long this is. I marked it up to the end. So I'll now go ahead and use my stretch ruler to connect these points together. So the next I'm going to do is to get my shoulder. So all my markings now will be starting from that 1 inch line I have already. So I placed my tape right there on that 1 inch line, and I marked my shoulder and also my neck width of 3 inches. So I'll just mark a neck depth here. I'm not really going to be using this, but I'll just have to create my neck depth. So for the neck depth, I'm just marked 1.5 inches, which I won't be using actually. Just continue watching. So I just created this round neckline. Then I'll come to that my shoulder. From my shoulder, I'm going to mark the length of my sleeve. So because everything I have in total from my shoulder to the length or the where my sleeve stop is 14 inches. So I'll be using the entire fabric on this side. Okay, so what I have from my shoulder to the ends of this my fabric was 14 inches. Then from that end, I came down by 10 inches, which is going to be for my armhole length, and I curved it inward this way. So the next I'm going to get my half length. So I'll place my tape from that first line there, and I'll get my half length of 17 inches. So I'll use my ruler to rule out this point into a straight line. So you can actually divide your waist circumference by 4 and add additional 4 to 5 inches depending on how free you want your dress to be on you. So you can actually go ahead and do that if you want, but for me, I don't want it that way. Okay, so I just want to connect it from the armhole straight to my hip. All right, so I'm just doing this in case you just want to. So when you now do this, you have to bring in that your armhole, you have to curve it in properly to align. But because I don't want this, I had to get my hip length of 25 inches, so I extended that line. So I divided my hip circumference of 40 by 4. So I marked 10 inches from there and added extra 5.5 inches for my allowance. So I started from that 1 inch line I marked, which will be for our slit. Okay, so I marked it inward. So the next for me is to measure out the length of this our gown, because I'm yet to measure it out. So I also placed my tape from that line at the top part of my fabric. So I'm going to get the length of my gown, which is 58 inches, and I'll be adding extra 2 inches to that so that I can get 60 inches. The 2 inches extra will be for my folding or my hemming allowance. So I believe at this point you really understand what I mean by using the longest part of the Ankara fabric we have, because it's 6 years and it's together. So I'll go ahead and extend this now. So from that length of this my gown, I'll go by 1 inch. So this is to avoid the front part of our gown always going up to our neck whenever you put on your bubu gown. So this is one problem I've noticed about a bubu gown, and I had to figure out a way to get rid of that, and this is the best method for it, and I've been using it for some time now. So from the hip, I'm going to connect this line straight down to the base or the hem. So after this, I'll go on ahead now to cut this out from the sleeve to the armhole, then to the base or the length of this my gown.
Damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you.
So on the waistline of this our gown, I'll come down by 1 inch because of the pocket to be fixing, and I'll go ahead and notch that point. So I'll take this out now to work on the back part of our gown. So here's the back part of our gown, and I made sure that the slanted shoulder part is at the top part right there. I made sure I arranged it to get rid of any folds. So I'll get the front part of our gown, I'll place it on top of this other folded fabric. So ensure that this 1 inch is placed away from the folded back you have, and ensure that you also have about 3 inches space at the top part of this your fabric for the back part of our gown. Okay, so I believe you understand everything I'm doing right here. So I went ahead now to fold in that extra inches I have for the back part of our gown, and made sure that it stopped exactly on top of this line I have for the front part of our gown. So remember that we are stitching the shoulder for the front and the back part using 1/2 inch. So when I folded this, I ensured that I had 1.5 inches. 1/2 inch will be for our joining allowance, and 1 inch will be for that 1 inch I cut out from the base of this our gown. So after that, I'll simply go ahead now to cut out from the base and also the sides exactly the way it is, but ensure that the 1 inch you have for the front part of your gown is placed away from the folded part of the back gown. So I cut off the sides and also the sleeve part. I notched the waistline again so that it can have it at the back part of our gown. So for that folded part I have on top of this my gown, I'm going to just mark the neck width so that I can duplicate it for the back part of our gown, and I'll also go ahead and notch. Now I'll remove the pins I have, and I'll create my back neck depth. So I marked 2 inches as the neck depth, and I've used my curve rule to connect or create a round neckline. So I'll cut this out. So now I'm done working for the back part of my gown. This is all we need. I'll go ahead and remove it so that I can work for the front part of our gown, that is on the neckline. So this is the front part of our gown now, and I'm just going to come down by 11 inches from that first line I have. So from this 1 inch line, I'll now mark 1 inch inward this way. So after that, I'll use my straight ruler to connect this from my neck width to this 11 inches I marked now as the front neckline. So I'll use my scissors to cut this out. This is all we need to do, and now go ahead to separate this front piece we have, but you have to notch your 1 inch, which will be for our slit. Okay, so after this now, I'm just simply going to cut out our pocket. So I have this piece folded into 2, and I'll fold it again into 4. So altogether now I have 4 folds. Now I'm going to mark about 9 inches. So when I mark this 9 inches, I'm going to place my palm on top of this fabric in a way as if I'm putting my hand inside my side pocket. So I'll make sure I leave about 2 inches at the sides, and I'll now mark this out this way. I hope you can see what I've done so far. So I'll go ahead now and cut this out. So and also separate this piece. So after cutting this all together, you should be having about 4 pieces. Okay, so you can see that mine is 4 as well. So I'll keep this aside to work for the front part of our gown. So right sides facing each other, I'm going to join them on the slit, sorry, on this 1 inch I marked earlier. So I'll pin this together after arranging them right sides facing each other. This is for the front part of my gown. Then I'm going to stitch on this 1 inch. All right, so when you're stitching from the base, I went up by 20 inches because of the slits we have in front. So basically this 20 inches is for my slit. Then from the top part, I stitched with 1 inch and stopped exactly on that 20 inches. So for the sides I stitched, I folded in at least 1/4 inch and I stitched it separately. This is for me to have a neat finishing, so that when I open this up like this to iron this down using my hemming gum, it will be easy for me. But if you have a weaving machine, you can weave the both parts of this stuff which you just stitch before you go ahead to iron this. Okay, and I also place my hemming gum underneath it as well. So I turn this now to the right side and you can see what I have. So I'm going to get one piece of my pocket, right sides facing my gown. This is for the right side of my gown and the right side of this piece of my pocket. I'll pin this like the stretch part of this my pocket from the waist or that part I notch and stitch down using just 1/2 inch. So I'll do it for the both sides of my gown and also do it for the back part of my gown for the both sides. So on the stretch part, that's the part you'll be pinning, that part where you notched right sides facing each other. I hope you understand what I am saying right here. I went ahead now to go ahead to do this on my sewing machine, and this is what I have. I have ironed my slit open and this is what I have. So the next, I'm going to get the back part of my gown and I'm going to join the right sides facing each other with the front part of my gown on the shoulder. So I'll make sure I arrange this properly, and by the time you are doing this, you realize that the back part of your gown is a bit forward or it's coming like in front of your gown. So it's totally fine. This was because of what we did at the beginning. Okay, so I'm going to stitch both sides, right side, using just 1/2 inch. So after stitching, this is what I have. So I'm going to measure out my neckline now. So I'll start measuring now from that side. Okay, not from the center, from that side I'll measure around my neckline. So I'll measure out what I have. So all I have was 30 something inches. So I've already cut out this my black crepe, which is 5 inches wide. When I unfold it, then unfold is 2.5 inches wide. Then for the length, I had about 30 something inches plus. Okay, but it's long enough to go around my neckline. So from that edge of my neckline, this is the right side of my fabric. Okay, I'll place the two right sides of my fabric and this piece I have right here facing each other. Then I'll start pinning. Okay, so that part where I don't have stitched or covered on my piece for this my neckline is where I'm pinning together with my fabric. All right, so the close part or the iron part shouldn't be pinned with the neckline of your gown. So I believe you can really understand what I'm doing right here if my explanation is not so clear. So go ahead and stitch it all around using just 1/2 inch. Okay, so this is what I have after pinning. Then I stitch this down and I flip this to the right side. So on that part, you have it kind of overlapping each other, so just close it up this way. Okay, so just bring them together this way. So I'll pin it first. All right, then after pinning it, I'll now go ahead and show you all how to go about that. Now this is the other piece I'll be placing in front of this my dress. So it's 15 inches long and 15 inches wide. So I'll come to one edge like this and I'll mark 3 inches this way slantly at both sides. So you can decide to either stitch this as it is in a square shape or to just give this your own preferred design. Okay, for this one I just decided to do it. Okay, so it has different types of shapes for this particular design. Okay, so all the edges I'm just going to fold in about 1/2 inch. So around all these edges, okay, I'll fold it all around using 1/2 inch. So you can also iron your hemming gum to this so that it can be easier for you to stitch to this your dress. So for that part on this my neckline, I went ahead to also stitch it after pinning. So I've ironed in all of that and I use my hemming gum for these two parts where I cut out. So this is what it looks like on the right side, because you're going to be pinning it the right side facing the camera. That's how I'm going to pin. So make sure that it's on top of this your neckline by about at least 1 inch above. Okay, so you can decide on how you want to place this. It's all about your choice and preference. So at least make it 1 inch. Okay, from that end right there, make it just 1 inch. So I decided on how to place this, and when I was done placing, I went ahead to pin this all around. So make sure you pin this all around so that you're not going to have folds when you start sewing on your sewing machine. Okay, make sure you pin this all around so it can stay in place. You are pinning the fabric and this piece together. Then when you are done, you stitch all around, okay, at the edges all around. So now I'm done stitching. You can see what I have, and I also went ahead to iron this out as well. So I'm going to flip this now, right side of my gown facing the back part of my gown. So I'm going to face them together so that I can start joining. So this is what I have now, and before I go ahead to do that, I'll fold in the sleeve or the ends of this my fabric because I'm yet to do that. Okay, so I folded in using 1 inch. Okay, so I folded in twice to get rid of the rough edges. That's 1 inch in total. So after I must have folded in, I'm now going to turn this my two piece I have right here together, right sides facing each other, so you can see that everything aligns properly right here, including the pocket and also the sides as well. So after stitching the sleeve, the ends of your sleeve, go ahead and stitch the sides using about 1 inch. So from that end of the sleeve right there, I'm going to start stitching using just 1 inch after you are done pinning. So when you get to your pockets, you stitch this all around this way as I'm showing you, and then to the other side you also continue stitching all the way to the end or the base of this your gown. So by the time you are done, this is what you are going to have, and this is also what I have. So you just have to iron it properly, and I hope you found this tutorial really helpful. Thank you all so much for watching. To all my subscribers, I love you all, and if you're yet to subscribe, please kindly do so. It's never going to be a thing of regret. So I'll see you on the same channel some other time. Have a lovely time ahead of you. Bye.